I am not acting coherent. I am giving exactly what you guys are asking for. And at this moment, I should really be a person.
Welcome back to Advocacy Alchemy with Professor Ross. Today we have a good one, guys. Tonight we're examining a nightclub arrest in Hoboken, New Jersey. What began as a simple spill of cocaine in the woman's restroom quickly erupts into multiple charges: drug paraphernalia, resisting arrest without violence, and disorderly conduct. We'll break down the facts, dissect the statutes, and map the evidentiary standards. In the end, we'll even step into the seat of a juror. With that, let's jump right in.
Can you come over here so we can talk to you, please? We have to have a word with you. Over here, please.
Never. Keep this here back again. No, the cat is gone. The hair for the girl is gone. You understand?
Can you hear? Can we just step a little further away from the noise? I can't hear very well. And I'd like to hear what you have to say after having a conversation.
Well, can you hold my hair for me?
No, thank you. But we will hold your ID. Can we have your ID?
Can we get your ID?
Are you ready to go?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Where are your friends at?
You just dropped them, to be honest.
Where are your friends at?
My friends are here, honestly.
Can you call them so they can come out and grab you and take you somewhere else?
I was literally about to go home, but the world and how y'all play it tricked me, as always. As always. Honestly.
We're not trying to trick anybody. We just want to have a conversation.
We have your ID.
Keep that like this.
She said that she was doing cocaine in the bathroom and spilled it on the floor, had it all over her face. So I just want to have a word and find out what exactly happened next door.
You got my hair.
Well, you can have your hair. That's not ours. Explain a little better. Can you elaborate, maybe?
What did you not understand?
You said the world is this and that. I don't know what that means. So could you explain what happened next door, why we're here?
What was the issue that happened next door? You said something about your hair, right? So what happened with your hair?
Come a little closer, because she finds it sensitive. Come closer, come closer.
I can't hear a thing. I'm sorry.
Come a little bit closer, guys.
I'm listening to you.
She has no friends.
She has who? No friends? Who has no friends?
Where are your friends at? Do you guys know her?
No.
You guys know her? Do you guys know her? No, right?
Oh my God! I miss you.
Yeah, just give your phone number or no?
Do you know her?
You have a phone number?
646.
One second. What was it?
She doesn't, but she's trying.
You do?
Well, just so you know, I know you don't know her, but she's not going to be allowed here. So unless you guys are going to assume care of her, she's going to the hospital.
I just got here,
I know.
but I know her.
So just so you know, if you think you know her, you're going to try to play a game, you would have to assume
This is
care
my
of
best
her.
friend. None of those out here.
So
That's your best
exactly. Yeah.
That's your best friend?
You have her ID?
I want to be my best friend. I promise. I
Find
just
out
wanted
what
to
happened, okay? Can you hear me? Can you hear
Can
me?
you speak to him, please? He's trying to ask you a
We're trying to
question.
figure out what happened.
He's trying to help
Okay?
you.
We were called here.
I did not just know her. She had no friends. She just had friends. That's all. You know? And I'm a big person, a girl. I'm not going to hit
Yeah, I think we need an ambulance.
They already called her.
Okay, great.
Yeah, no, she.
I want to go dance. I want to go have a good time. I want to go party. I want to drink. I do not want to be stuck to whatever, you know.
Did you come here alone or with anyone else?
Yes, I came here alone in New Jersey. I was supposed to meet a friend and find another girlfriend,
Okay.
but the girlfriend turned out to be another flop,
Okay. What's up?
you know?
Okay. So right now, with the way that you're acting, we don't feel safe leaving you without getting medical attention. So we're gonna have an ambulance come check you out. They.
I have all the medical attention that I need. Guys,
If you could explain to us coherently what happened, then we don't need the ambulance. But well, because we asked you some questions, and then you whisper and babble, and we can't understand what it is exactly.
what have I done?
What happened next
Why
door?
are we here? Why were we called here? Yeah, you were next
I'm a
door,
traveler.
and then you came here, right? What happened next door?
Really? Honestly, I was in the bathroom. I just realized that the fact that things were not up to a certain standard for a person.
So what happened in the bathroom?
Oh, honestly, I feel much more comfortable, just felt.
You're babbling now, ma'am. You're not explaining what happened. Yeah, what happened in the
Did
bathroom?
you have interaction with somebody? Did you speak to anybody?
I only spoke to the essence, and
What's the essence? Is that a person?
You spoke to the what?
I literally just listen,
You have a cold?
still there.
Do you have a cold?
This is what you call an integration. This is an integration, and
Integration?
I integrated with grounding folk.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to let you go the way you're babbling like this. You're not making any sense.
Silence. The driving of noise and music in my ears.
I asked to walk away from the music. Would you walk away from the music so we can
want
speak?
the ground of noise.
Yeah, I understand that, but you can't speak coherently and explain what happened next door. Okay, so
What is your song? Are you serious?
what happened? Why are we here? Had an altercation in the
I
bathroom?
had no altercation.
So what happened in the bathroom?
I'm loving the world.
What happened in the bathroom?
I love the world too much. And I realized the problem was the hair.
What happened with your hair? You keep mentioning your hair.
Yes, the hair was too.
Hey, Kiala, you have to wait for the ambulance to come. What's your first name? Kiala, correct? Your first name's Kiala?
What the fuck ever, guys?
Your first name's Kiala, correct?
One second.
We're waiting for the ambulance to come. We're just trying to help you out.
Second. Look right here.
Look, I know, we're just trying to help you out though. That's what we're trying to do.
Second, please.
We're just trying to help you out, Kiala. You can't leave though, alright?
Give me a moment.
Kiala, you can't leave though, alright?
I'm sorry.
Can't leave that.
Just 1 second, please.
Kiala, can you stay over here so we can have a talk? I can't really hear you. Kiala, can you step this way, please?
Kiala.
Can you step this way?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you said. Thank you. I appreciate you. This way. This way. Can you come this way?
I'm sorry.
I need you to come this way. Come on.
Oh my God.
We're trying to help you. My ambulance is coming to help you out.
I
respect the hierarchy, okay? I know she's a bad bitch, you gotta come through.
literally not gonna know. Y'all are bad bitches. Like, y'all are like serious.
Kiala, we're waiting for an ambulance. Kiala, I'm sorry.
Literally.
Kiala, you have to come this way.
May I walk in? No, I can't let you. Right here. I'm not going to
Kiala, we need you to step this way.
I just need noise around the
What's her name?
Kiala.
Kiala, let's go.
This way, Kiala. Come on.
I need you to step away from the door. Let's go.
I'm not going upstairs. I was there right by the ATM. I swear.
You're no longer allowed here, so you gotta step out. Let's go. I still have your ID. Now you're disrupting their business, so I need you to step away from the door.
Sorry, miss.
God.
Excuse me. I need you out.
In the world there. Like, what the like, God.
We need you to step to this ambulance area.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whose glasses are these?
What?
Oh.
What'd you say?
We did the same motion at the same time. Oh.
Just hand her ID to them
give
and
me
they'll
out
speak to her.
Hi, how's it going?
How you doing today? My name is Kiala.
Hello. Okay.
She's no longer allowed in the bar. She's acting incoherent.
I am not acting incoherent. I am giving exactly what you guys are asking for. And at this moment, I just want to be a person.
Hi, ma'am. How are you doing? My name is Julie, and I'm one of the EMTs for the
Oh my God. Hi, ma'am. How are you? I am not dying. I am not experiencing any medical phenomena. I am just going through I want to be drowned out. I don't want to be answering questions. I literally just want to be drowned out by music, and I just want to just be.
You're not going to be allowed in any bar in Hoboken tonight.
Oh my
In the
God.
condition that you're currently in, you're not going to be allowed in any bar in Hoboken.
Honestly, so why the fuck did New York City place me here then?
Okay, so hey, is your name Kayla? What's your name?
My name is Kayla. Yes.
Okay, so hey Kayla, so what's going on tonight?
Honestly, what happened is a displacement. That is what happened. And honestly, I think it happened at the fault of humans. And at this case, I am walking at a different.
They're here to speak to you.
I am literally walking away
No, you're not.
from
You're
you
not.
all. No,
You're
I
not.
am.
You need medical attention. We can't
I
let
do
you
not
leave.
need it.
So then let him speak to you and let him determine that you don't need the medical attention.
What is happening is a displacement.
Okay.
You all do not deserve this. As Hoboken.
Okay.
As
This EMT
Dennis.
is going to assess you and let you know if he thinks you need to go to the hospital.
I have a
Kayla, let's talk.
Stand still.
We're trying to help you out. Answer his question, please.
Who do you guys want to speak to?
Listen,
Just one second. Who do you guys? Do not touch me. Do not touch me. Get your hands
You're going to be placed in
off
handcuffs
of-
and brought into the ambulance, okay?
Get your hands off
Listen,
of me.
are you going to speak to
Literally,
him?
one
Are you going to
handcuff.
speak to him?
Get your hands
Listen,
off
you're going
of
to be
me.
placed in handcuffs and put in the ambulance.
Get your hands off.
Listen, relax.
Listen.
Listen, you're going to be put in handcuffs for your safety if you're not
trying to
My
help
bag,
you.
why am I here?
Relax.
Excuse
You tried to grab my face. You're under arrest.
I don't care. This is
Okay?
what y'all wanted to do, right?
Stop.
Let me put my stuff.
You're under
by
arrest.
my
Stop
here.
Stop
I'm not
resisting.
struggling.
You are.
I'm not struggling.
You are.
God.
You're under arrest.
Bro.
Stop struggling. Okay? We wanted to help you.
Listen.
You took it to another level.
This is help.
Well, no. You wouldn't allow us to help.
This is help.
I walked over from headquarters.
This is help.
Me too.
This is help.
We're trying to help you. Just relax.
This is
Listen
help.
right here, all right?
No.
Trying to help you multiple times, man.
The world,
Go over to the police.
people
So,
will never
Put your coat on.
take my coat off. Don't touch me, bitch. Don't f***ing touch me, bitch. Y'all f***ing put everything. Y'all put.
You can't put it in there. Yeah. No, that's
I don't give a fuck.
Relax.
This is who y'all wanted. Y'all keep talking about her, right? Her, right?
Listen,
I
what
don't
are we
care.
doing?
Her,
What are we
right?
doing?
That's another
Y'all
charge.
What are we doing?
I have another charge.
I
Stand
don't
still.
care.
Who's got her bag?
I don't.
Where's
I
your
got
bag?
my bag.
Okay, we're gonna take
I
that now.
got my bag. Y'all look.
Take that now because you're under arrest.
Take my phone. You will never get my bag out my fingers. Get my hand. You will never.
It's over now. It's over now.
Y'all will never get this bag out of my hand.
Okay, listen. No reason not to.
try to get her thumb.
I literally did not
Come
want
on.
to get this
I got her
card.
thumb. Take the rest of
I
her
got
fingers.
her thumb. Look at that. You're gone.
Listen, you're on the camera. You can't do
I
that.
don't give a
Okay, you blame us for that. It ain't real. We're on camera here. You slammed your head yourself. We didn't
I'll
touch
tell you
you.
what's happening right now, Kyla. Basically,
Just trying to help
the
you out,
world
man.
is afraid of you. And the world wants to embarrass you.
Make this work
The
for yourself.
world
We're
wants
trying
to
to help
be.
you out. Ask you
I
Start
made
walking
it
towards
worse.
the radio car. 105.
How did I make it worse for myself when I literally want to walk the f away? This world is. Y'all are coming to. Y'all are coming
We're
to.
trying to help you and you decided to bring
No,
it to
no, no, no.
Then you want to kick me
Y'all
out.
are going to. I wish I can say the words of what's gonna happen. That's just all.
You would have just been taken to the hospital, that's it.
Honestly, I just wish I
Yeah,
could
she
say the
mushed
words.
Costello and she kicked me in the leg.
Can you fix my
I
bra,
was trying to
please?
get her medical attention.
Medical attention.
Trying to fix you up.
Y'all need worldly attention. I wish.
Come on, miss.
Oh,
Sorry, watch your
y'all
head.
are
Watch your head.
gonna die.
Put your foot in.
Y'all are doomed.
Seatbelt on.
Okay, so reviewing some of the major high points. Club security removed Kayla from the restroom after she spills the cocaine. Some of the powder is even coating her face and hair. That's what the officer told us, at least. The officers asked her to explain what happened next door, but she whispered unintelligibly and fixates on her hair. And as we saw, the hair came off. The police called the ambulance to come and see about her. When the medics arrived, she clutched her bag and she shouts threats. and then she physically resisted being escorted by the police. Eventually, the whole incident ended with her in handcuffs. So with that, let's look at the 3 laws at play here. All right, let's start with possession of drug paraphernalia. This is found at the New Jersey statutes annotated 2C:36-2. This is a disorderly persons offense. What's similar to a misdemeanor in other states. All right, this is defined as possessing or using items intended for preparing or introducing controlled substances into the body. It carries a penalty up to 6 months in jail, a fine of up to $1,000, driver's license suspension for 6 months, up to 2 years. Let's move on to our next one. Resisting arrest without violence. This is found at 2C:29-2A1. This is also a disorderly persons offense. Remember, that's like a misdemeanor when we're talking about New Jersey laws. This is defined as intentionally preventing or attempting to prevent a lawful arrest, and that all happens without any force or without any fleeing. The penalty is up to 6 months in jail, a fine of up to $1,000. All right, let's move into our third charge. Disorderly conduct. This is found at 2C:33-2A. This is also a disorderly persons offense, but it's called a petty disorderly persons offense. So that's a low misdemeanor. And it's defined as behavior that causes any public inconvenience. So any reckless or purposeful behavior directed at causing a public inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm. And that includes threats and fighting. The penalty is up to 30 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. In case you're wondering how that breakdown works in New Jersey, you have petty disorderly persons offenses, and those carry what's considered a short term in jail. But going to jail, no time is short, but anything up to 30 days in jail, a fine of up to $500. Next, you have disorderly persons offenses. These are also what usually you might know of as a misdemeanor, but it carries a little bit more time. That goes up to 1 year in jail, fine of up to $1,000. Finally, you have the indictable crimes, things you can be indicted for. They got 4 degrees, 1st degree, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. 4th degree is the lowest level, and that's usually up to 18 months in prison. All right, 3rd degree is 5, or should I say a range of 3 to 5 years in prison. 2nd degree, 5 to 10 years. 1st degree, 10 to 20. All right, so that gives you a rundown how they have their laws classified, or the punishments classified in New Jersey. Let's move on to the evidentiary standards, because those are the same even in New Jersey and in each state that you go to. All right, as I always tell you, the evidentiary standards are very important, okay? These are what's required to determine whether the government has met its burden of proof for the highest level of the evidentiary ladder. But let's move through it from the lowest level to the highest. The lowest level is mere suspicion, and this is defined as a minimal or just a gut level hunch that doesn't have any supporting facts. It's just enough to justify a quick approach and maybe a question. I say maybe because reasonable suspicion is usually where the stops happen. But an example of a mere suspicion: an officer sees Kayla exit the restroom unsteady, coated with white powder on her face, and a hunch alone gives the officer a mere suspicion to ask what's going on. All right, that's a good example there. Moving up 1 level, we have reasonable suspicion. Now, this is defined as specific, articulable facts suggesting that criminal activity is happening right now, or that criminal activity is afoot. This is where you have enough to lawfully detain someone for an investigation to figure out what's going on. A good example? Okay, a good example of this one is when security reports Kayla spilled the bag of what looks like cocaine in the bathroom. Officers gain reasonable suspicion to stop and detain her, okay? Next, you have probable cause. This is defined as when the facts lead a reasonable person to believe a crime has been or is being committed, and that authorizes an arrest or to go seek out a search warrant from a judge. A good example, the officers found the bag of cocaine. She admitted to using, and that combination between those two, finding the bag of cocaine and her saying I used it, established probable cause to arrest for drug paraphernalia, possession. Let's move on to number 4, preponderance of the evidence. This is defined as more likely than not. This is used in civil cases, and it requires 51% of the evidence to win a lawsuit or to meet this standard. It requires 51% of the evidence. A good example is a judge reviewing the body cam could find by the preponderance of the evidence that Kayla intentionally resisted the officers when she physically pulled away when she was being escorted to the ambulance. Let's move on to number 5. Number 5 is clear and convincing evidence. This is defined when you have enough evidence to be highly probable or reasonably certain to be successful. This requires up to about 75% of the evidence pointing to your claim being true. This is a higher burden than preponderance. It's used for certain civil cases and domestic relations cases. A good example in this video, you have Kayla lunging at officers and shouting threats that would satisfy clear and convincing evidence that she posed some safety risk. Finally, we have beyond a reasonable doubt. This is defined as when there's no plausible alternative or explanation besides defendant being guilty of the charge. This is the highest level of proof required, and it's required in each criminal case. Here, a jury can convict Kayla of resisting arrest without violence if they are firmly convinced beyond a reasonable doubt that her actions on camera were deliberate attempts to prevent officers from doing their job. The prosecutor will have to meet each element of the crime beyond a reasonable doubt. All right, so with that, let's move into putting ourselves in the jury seat. Okay, today you'll be juror number 2, called very early in the process. Welcome to jury duty. Let's ask you a few questions, juror number 2. The rambling. Did it support a medical need defense, or does that rambling, does it validate the officer's concerns? Next, how does the spilled cocaine in the bathroom affect your view of her and of the situation overall? Next, when we're talking about resistance, did the physical struggle feel like it was an attempt to thwart or attempt to not be arrested? Now understand that as jurors, during deliberations, even they may get a little feeling telling them that something's off or that something seems inconsistent. Ask yourself now, when testimony or someone's behavior, if it seems off and you're getting that nudge in your stomach, should you trust that feeling if you're a member of the jury? Now, I will say that jury trials are some of the most unpredictable components of the justice system. It is the furthest from the black and white letter of the law because you do have so many emotions that become involved, even though the jury instructions say to put off any emotions, biases, stereotypes, and things of the like when coming to a decision. But sometimes the result is not consistent with the facts. But with that, let's move into our conclusion and let you go for the day. Okay, to wrap things up, remember that a clear, coherent conversation and communication can prevent small incidents from spiraling out of control. And that little feeling often warns you well before logic even catches up. In this case, officers trusted their intuition that something was really wrong. They called for fire rescue as a part of their community caretaking role, and they ultimately relied on the body cam footage to document every critical moment. Now, as you sit back and reflect on this lecture, ask yourself how you might apply these lessons, whether you're a part of high-pressure law enforcement situations, you're serving on a jury, or you're just simply navigating everyday interactions. Let me know in the comments how you trust your own instincts and how instincts may have changed a situation like this. If you found this breakdown helpful or interesting, please hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. This is Advocacy Alchemy. I am Professor Ross. I'll see you tomorrow. Everyone have a good day. Stay safe.